I see my stickers. I think I already showed them, but just the outside. The ones that have words say, make your own way, kind heart, and then Nike Air. Here's the back. Let's see if I can successfully show the inside without... Yeah, I mean, whatever. All of our data's leaked anyway. The inside. And the ones that have words say they, them, theirs. My pronouns. Queens Ruby Morales, Office of Women's Policy, County of Santa Clara. Always shine. And then composition notebook, your name. Oh, here's the inside. The ones that have words say, hello sailor, and Annie's mailbox. In the back, I do this literally on all of my journals, all of my sketchbooks, since literally all the time. And then we've got the Hermit tarot card, You Rock, Valentine heart, be kind with a bumblebee. My brain is a wee bit fancy. A brain with a tiara. Cheeky monkey, ABQ, tattoo shop. And then we've got these inside. A beautiful forest. Timeless. Kindness brings happiness. American freedom, Route 66. Oh, is that it? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, journaling, as you saw. My voice is like, you know when you haven't spoken for like a while and your voice is just like waking up or whatever. That's what's happening. Anyway, I just came back from the resource center in my complex. We were doing a free Pride cupcake decorating event. the cupcake that I decorated. It's melting, so I'm gonna eat it. Maybe I'll just put it in the shade. Kind of did like this orange flower situation with non-binary and bisexual me. And then I did a, what's it called? A flower with a mouth and a gay heart. But it's too tall, so I'm going to take off the stick. And there was extra cupcakes, of course. So I took multiples, and then I took the leftover toothpicks. Since I'm going on a trip, I'm going to take them with me and stick them in plants. Lesbian. This is the progressive flag, the most recent one, I believe, because it includes the intersex circle. And then I've got bisexual, of course. Oops. Ay, 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 ay. Non-binary. And trans. Which, in my opinion, is the prettiest one. They also had the pride flag without the intersex circle in the middle, and ace, I believe, purple gray, right? And then they also had pansexual, which I currently have in my apartment because it was a gift to me, a mini pansexual flag. I don't use that label because I don't know, it doesn't resonate with me. So, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in the shade. I also got a free camping chair because they're cleaning out their office. Free water. And a goodie bag. These are just leftover plates, bowls from decorating. Have a fan. It says Love Wins. Oh, there's two in here. Oh, because I took one and then there was one in here. Love Wins. So I have two. Then they just had these at the table. So yeah, this is the one without the intersex, but it has the trans and the, I believe this is for BIPOC. Because like the other mini flags, didn't have the triangle part. Then I just watched a reel recently that the original flag had pink and turquoise because each color resembles something, and everything's incredibly intentional. I don't know why, but they had these extra Xfinity fanny packs. Clear fanny packs, and it looks like that there's just like some breath mints, a sticker, and I'm not entirely sure what's in here, but it might be earplugs. I don't know. And then we've got, oh, these are like for when it's hot out and you spray water on them, right? And you wrap it around your neck or something. Oh, another fan. It's the same thing, just circle. Oh, more flags. Haha. So now I have 3 flags and 3 fans. But not like the fans that open and close. Yay, sunscreen. I'm gonna need this. And then I have 1 electrolyte raspberry flavor. Oh, 2. There's 2 in here. And you can hear the pins. stickers and temporary tattoos, which I still think are fun, even though I have permanent tattoos. So funny. Okay, anyway. Ah! No! Ow, my knee. Jeez. Anyway. I was talking to my barber here, and I was like asking them about pride questions because I was at a queer barbershop, and because I was like, do you know in Houston specifically, because I don't know about the rest of Texas, but they have their pride parade during the evening because it's so hot during the day. And then I said that when I went to Pride in Florida, I don't know if this was at Pride specifically or a different event, but they have cooling stations. So you can like stand under cool mist. And I was telling them about this because it's incredibly hot now. And apparently this is the Mile High City. What happened to the snow? So I was like, I hope everyone's prepared to not pass out, because if you're going to be drinking alcohol, first of all, and doing whatever, God knows what, you're going to need to stay hydrated. So anyway, smiley face. Smiley. Love wins. A love frequency, rainbow. Love wins. World Pride Day. The first Pride I ever went to was World Pride 2016. And then I ended up marching in it, which was so funny to me, because I had originally gone and met up with people from school, and then I think we went to Union Square to like relax or something, and then I was like, I don't want to leave, and I met up with somebody from high school, and then so I took the subway or a lift. I don't know. I don't think I walked. I don't really remember. Union Square is 14th Street, right? Because they were starting on, because they came in from Connecticut, got off at Grand Central, but like the parade had started on 40th or 42nd, because Grand Central is 42nd. No, I think it started on 40th. I don't know. Whatever. So anyway, I had to meet them there. Oh, because I got off at Grand Central. I was like, oh, I could just take the blue ACE from Union Square to Grand Central. Anyway, so then they gave me a shirt. It was for Petridge Farm and V8, and so I got to hand out rainbow goldfish to everybody. It's really cool. But so yeah, we started there, and then it ended, Christopher Street, or like Greenwich Village, Lower East Side, West Side, so by Stonewall. I don't really remember where it ended because I kind of like broke off. But while I was in the parade, I saw more people in the crowd from high school, more people from my sorority, and more people from college. I was just like, oh yeah, it's World Pride, so it was really cool to see everybody. And then, what did I do after that? I think I met up with my roommate. I don't know, because then I went to like New York City Pride again after that, with different people, but we came in from Long Island, so we took the LRR and got out at Penn Station. I'm not sure, but then and then the last Pride I had gone to in New York City was Brooklyn Pride specific, which is cool because there's no barricades, so you could have like a block party in the middle of the street. When it was over, and I had met up, or I took a photo with Cello Man, which is so incredibly cool because at the time I kept missing all of their like artist meetups. So this was in 2019. But anyway, I had found out about them by finding their YouTube videos. But anyway, God, what's the point of that? Oh, and then I had like taken a photo with the, I think there's she now. I think she's a she now. But anyway, at the time she was a kid, at the time a gay kid drag queer person, performer. I don't know, but that's why I have a photo with them. And because it was incredibly easy, you could just like run up to them in the street, but like, you know, be respectful. Just ask first. It's so funny because like I've seen, oh god, this is off topic, but I've seen so many, I've experienced a lot of celebrity sightings while living in New York City. And it's so funny because I would go out to Washington Square Park specifically because I wanted to run into the Sprouse twins specifically. I was obsessed with them since middle school, okay? I had like printed out from our laser jet printer or whatever the fuck photos of them when they were in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. So they have the swoopy hair, okay? I'm also a believer. Everybody knows. If you don't, then hello. Oh, hi. Yeah, by the way, I'm Joey. My pronouns are they, them. And I'm 31 and single. But anyway, but I didn't see them. I never did. I know other people that I know who have seen them and stuff. But I've also seen like celebrities or people in the public eye at like events that they hosted. So I don't know if that really counts. But like I've seen, for instance, I was standing outside Penn Station, and because at the time I was going to workshops in that area, and so I was standing outside across the street from Penn Station because there's like the historical bank or whatever. But anyway, I was standing there leaning against the wall. There's a diner on the corner, and I was just like minding my own business because I think I was waiting for something. I don't really remember. And then Nick Jonas walks past me, and I was like, I think that was Nick Jonas. Because at the time, and I had like confirmed it later, because he was on his way to the morning show or something. Not the morning show, NBC. I don't know. And because at the time he had a buzz cut, and I knew it was him because he was short, and I could see his diabetes pack sticking out. And I was like, hey, that's Nick Jonas. But anyway, and then I saw Joe Jonas on a separate occasion. Freaking wild. Those guys, I swear. They're from Jersey. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was sitting at a diner. So like the diner that I was sitting at, or cafe, it was a booth, but it was like one of those tables that was attached to the window to the street. And so I was sitting facing the street and like watching people walk past. And I believe, because at the time I was like in the Upper East Side, because I think I had to go to the Met or the Frick. I don't really remember, but it was up there. And he walked past, and I was like, that's Joe Jonas. And all the like, most of the like celebrity sightings that I've seen just like out in the wild while living there, everybody all the time always had headphones on or iPhone earbuds. Anyway, get back to the freaking show and tell. Love, because I can go on and on about all the other people I've seen. Okay, they, them, that's me. He, him. He. I still haven't seen Michael Jackson film. She, her. Although I have seen This Is It when I was younger. I don't know what year that was, because he had just died. She, her. So I've got two she, hers. One is yellow, one is purple, pink, fuchsia. They, them is blue, he, him is yellow. Now I have because there's a point to this. I didn't really want to go through all these, but I kind of do. Heart sticker, hand, a white hand, clear, whatever, temporary tattoo, 2 gay flags, a star, and 2 doves that are also rainbow temporary tattoos. The one has words on it, but it's, maybe you can see it. Love wins. Ha! I could see it because it's flipped. Temporary tattoo. Butterfly and some hearts. Temporary tattoo. We've got love wins, a peace sign, flag, and some balloons, and a rainbow, and some hearts. And then we've got, oh, I like this, a three leaf clover. The like peace hands holding a heart. I think that's a peace symbol. Butterfly infinity symbol, which I believe also resembles neurodivergence, and a handprint. All in rainbow temporary tattoos. We've got a peace sign, a hot air balloon, a smiley face heart, a swirly flower that looks like the apple loading symbol, a sparkle, and a rainbow temporary tattoos. That's the one thing that I missed. It was so funny because I had signed up to go to the hot air balloon festival, but I didn't realize that you had to wake up at the crack of dawn, so I missed it because I bought my ticket, but then I missed it. Yeah. A horn's heart with wings. And then we've got another swirly symbol. I heart. A heart with a paw print and a tie-dye looking one. Oops. Like this? I don't know. I don't really know if that's the bear, because isn't the bear symbol different colors? Orange, black, something. And then we've got another sticker, another heart temporary tattoo, and a trans balloon bundle with a bow and sparkles. I really like them. Hooray, we did it. Stick it in there. Anyway, it's hot. God. Using my headphones case as a tripod. Yep, and this is my Hit Me Hard and Soft water bottle and a koozie and my San Francisco tote bag. That was the last time I was on a plane. Early 2023. So, a lot has happened since then, clearly. I wanted to reflect on my 1 year sober from alcohol anniversary birthday tomorrow. I don't really know, it's a little fuzzy. Because before my series of relapses, I had 3.5 years sober. And I was like, I should document this moment and celebrate rather than last time. Because even though my last relapse on alcohol was on the eve of my 1 year alcohol sobriety birthday last year, not today, but a different day. So like a couple of days from today, like a couple of days ago, was my previous birth date. So that's why I got confused. I was like, oh, I also drank on this day last year. So anyway, before that I had 3.5 years sober from alcohol, and then so alcohol. I was sober from alcohol, but I was still like getting high as fuck. So, and taking a slew of psychiatric medications that I kind of needed but weren't really working, because one, I was smoking a shit ton, and I also am not bipolar. So that's a whole thing. I've been diagnosed a lot of things. And that's a whole other spiel for another day. It's like, you know, these symptoms existed before the DSM-5 even existed. We had different language for it. Same with gender. But anyway, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, no, because when I had gotten, so my original sober birth date was actually February something, late February, because when I had my first rock bottom or crash out, I don't really know what to call it. Jesus, burnout? I don't know. It was like when I had attempted removing myself, and so clearly that didn't work. And so yeah, that was my first sober date, and so if that was in 2020, 3.5 years from then would have been 2023 or after 2024. Yeah, because then I got kicked out. And but what I'm trying to get at is, within that 3.5 years of no alcohol, I had only smoked weed twice, and both of them were at parties. So I didn't really go out of my way to acquire it myself. I kind of was in an environment and I leaned into my craving. And then yeah, I don't really want to get into my usage history. I kind of just wanted to try and celebrate this win, because the last time I had a cannabis product was this past winter. Because the last time I smoked something, actually it was before I even moved in, because when I was moving here, I left Albuquerque, my previous city that I lived in, and I had stopped by the dispensary and I got myself some, I don't know, it was a really fat joint, so I don't know if you consider it that as a blunt, because some people are really picky about those things. It's like, it's only a blunt if you use blunt papers. I thought it was the size, but whatever. Anyway, it was dipped in rosin. Not resin, but rosin. And what I've been told is that resin is artificial, or more artificial, and then rosin is more natural. I don't really know. But anyway, it was covered in it. But I didn't smoke it all at once, because I was in the process of moving, and I was kind of homeless for 2 weeks, living in a hotel before I found a place to live. And yeah, no, this was not my first choice, obviously, and I'm still working on things, etc., etc. I'm not here to talk about that. But anyway, why is this so hard? But yeah, no, I smoked them. Yeah, I finished them while I was living in that hotel. And then I didn't buy anything until after I moved in. There's a dispensary down the street, and I got myself some, is the proper term live rosin gummies? I went there a couple times, but then I just was like, I should stop. It's not working for me. Oh, because I was like, I don't want to smoke anything. Because, see how the sick brain kind of just justifies things? It's like, because last fall I had a vape, a non-nicotine vape, from when I lived in upstate New York before I moved to New Mexico, and it was tasting gross and chemically, so I got a new one, because the first one I had This always happens, because the first vape I ever had was actually in college. Someone gave it to me. It was running out and it barely had anything left in it, but I still wanted it because it lit up at the end with a little light. Anyway. And yes, when I was going to AA in Houston, I did smoke a handful of Camel Crushes. Anyway. Whatever. I like to try things, okay? That's my problem, right? But anyway, the hardest drug I've ever done was cocaine. And I almost died, so. That wasn't the time that I had attempted. That was before that. But anyway. And it was a lot. I was already drunk and high from alcohol and weed. So. And on psychiatric meds. Jesus Christ. But anyway, what's going on in my brain? Oh yeah, and then, so last fall, yeah, because then I was like really obsessed with hemp cigarettes, which is mostly CBD based and like a tiny bit THC. And then, like, if you know anything about tolerance, it does a thing. And then, like, your tolerance does a thing. And then when you detox, it does a thing. And then, like, it stays in your system for a certain amount of days, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, if I keep doing this, I might start smoking again. And I don't really need to be doing that. I understand that there are healing qualities just like any other plant. But there's just something in me, chemically and energetically, that just loves to latch on to, the whole disease of addiction. So I wanted to celebrate. I didn't want to be like rehashing my shadow, but here we are. But yeah, no, what's it called? So yeah, I've been to a lot of different hospitals for mental health reasons, but the one program that was dedicated towards drug and alcohol abuse was a PHP IOP program, which stands for Partial Hospitalization Program, or Intensive Outpatient Program. And I did that in Jacksonville, Florida in 2020. And then I did a little bit of AA online because it was lockdown, and I just was like, this is boring as fuck. Everybody's sleeping. But then, my home group is in Houston, Montrose. But I didn't really get to really stay because my life be lifing. And I went to a couple of meetings in Schenectady, and then I went to one meeting in Albuquerque, and then I went to one online meeting recently this year, and I think it was based in California, because that's only one time zone over. But yeah, I've only had one sponsor, but when I was in the intensive outpatient program, PHP, we did do the steps, but like their own version more intensely. So when I was in the rooms, I mainly was there for service and fellowship. So just like community, because I didn't really get to do the steps with my sponsor because it took me forever to even get one. But anyway, I loved her. She was great. I locked my keys in my car. So the reason why I sprained my knee in 2024 was because I was doing a Drag King performance for their summer pride fundraiser, and I fell down, sprained my knee. I won't have to get into that. But then, like, I had also locked my keys in my car, and my abusive parent was trying to get in to see the show. It's just the whole thing. But anyway, God. So yeah, I'm still wearing the brace because I haven't done my sets since I stopped PT in May, the end of May, because I've been burnt out and purging, and lots of, I believe, are CPTSD symptoms. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm really strong. Clearly, I've had a handful of near-death experiences. One of them was the attempt. All the other times were really weird freak accidents. I think that tracks for my bloodline. I love you, Dad. You don't know, I have a dead dad. Who's also an alcoholic. But yeah, okay. So yeah, I was like, I need to stop taking these edibles, because I understand that like psychedelics and like other substances can help you reach enlightenment, but it's like, okay, I'm clearly just using this recreationally and not really, I mean, like, I kind of like was like masking it with like, oh, I'm gonna use it to like tap in. It's like, I don't need it. I really don't. I respect people who do use it though for like ceremonial purposes and rituals, but it's like, I don't need it. For me, I don't. Sorry. I don't know who I'm saying sorry to. Myself. I'm saying sorry to myself. It's getting dark. But anyway, I guess I brought that up because I don't know what day that was that I quit cannabis. Same with smoking, all the other things. And what I mean by that is cigarettes and hemp cigs and my vape, my non-nicotine vape. Because one of my drunk accidents was when I fractured my rib. I had partially punctured my lung. So in medical terms, it's called a pneumothorax. Pneumothorax. It's spelt like pneumonia, but like different letters at the end. So I struggle. I don't have asthma, although it runs in my family, and I think you can get cured from asthma. But my dad had asthma. But anyway, when I had punctured my lung, to recover, I had to blow into I forgot what they're called, the meter thing. So it's like a tube, and then like you were supposed to inhale for 10, and there's like this little ticking thing that goes up, and it's like you have breathing exercises. And so like that's incorporated in my spirituality practice, which has been lacking recently because I've just been just not, I have no I've been running on empty. This tends to happen, the cycle of so I guess the reason why I was diagnosed bipolar 2 is because I guess to them it looked like I was going through cycles of mania and depression. Although I have had depressive symptoms, I don't really think that's what was happening to me. Let's focus on the alcohol. So anyway, the first time I drank, I was 17. I think it was spring break of my senior year. Yeah, I was in DC. That's a whole other story. And then I hadn't drank until after I graduated high school. I went to a graduation party, and I remember being at that party, and people were taking shots, and because like I didn't like want to do any of that, because I remember being like made fun of in high school for being, because oh my god, so I did theater in my home district's high school, public high school, because at the time I was going to a magnet high school outside of where I was living. So if you wanted to do sports and other extracurriculars that the school itself didn't have clubs for, you had to do it in your district. And so I did theater there, and I remember talking to somebody in the cast, and I was like, yeah, I go to AITE. And I remember the response was like, oh, you go to the gay stoner school. And I was like, The what? God, I was always made fun of for being gullible and airheady. It's like, maybe I just have ADHD, okay? I was reading one of my yearbooks from middle school, and my 6th grade social studies teacher wrote in my yearbook, he like wrote something, and then in parentheses, you're always talking. You know how many times they had to switch my seat in 2nd grade because I kept making friends? Anyway. All that's to say, I was made fun of because people were like, you're so straight edge. Is that what they call it? Straight edge? So I was like, I really didn't want to smoke or drink. And it's like, okay, well, why did I do it? And why did I keep doing it? And so, anyway, at that graduation party, there was people taking shots. And I just remember, because at the time, there was another person there at the party who was like, I'm not going to drink. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm not going to drink either. And then we kind of like made a pact. And then I broke that pact. And yeah, once I had a shot, I had another, and another, and another, and another, and another. And then me and my boyfriend at the time slept in his car in the backyard. It's quite the time. But anyway. Yeah, no, and then first time I smoked weed was at a not a townhouse party. It was at a college party. It was at an apartment across the street from Home Depot. So if you know where Pratt is in Clinton Hill, Home Depot is like down the street. And yeah, no, I just know that. Oh wait, maybe that was a different party. I don't know. It was in that direction. And because I remember the only reason why I wanted to go to those parties was because I was experiencing FOMO. What the fuck is wrong with me? I never had a fake ID. So, I mean, although I did underage drink and stuff, it was really hard for me to do that because I had very little access because, I don't know, I have no problem making friends, but it's like keeping them is really hard for me. So anyway, I didn't really go out or buy alcohol. I kind of just drank whatever was given to me that I could find. Oh, someone's playing Hips Don't Lie. I hope I don't get copyrighted. This is already almost an hour. But yeah, so anyway, my coworker at the time, I was obsessed with him. He straight up looked like John Lennon. Anyway, he was very groovy. He had a flip phone. Anyway, he was my coworker at the library. I think he was also a painting major. And so, anyway, I think I had like overheard him talking about a party, and then I like invited myself to it, and I think I had gone with like my roommate's friends, but not with my roommates, because I guess my roommates, if you didn't know, I lived in a triple with people who were exes. And then I didn't move out spring semester. I just stayed there. Whatever. We're not going to talk about that. But not right now, at least. But so yeah, I had gone with those people because we pre-gamed. I think because I had never had Four Loko. Was it Four Loko? Oh god. Or maybe it was just like the like Bud Light tequila tall boys. Whatever. Anyway, we walked to the party, and yeah, I kind of like made a mess, and I was trying really hard to flirt with this person, and I was trying to guess people's zodiac sun signs. Anyway, the people on the balcony were smoking, and I had never smoked weed before, and I was really fucking drunk for reasons I will not explain right now, but you could probably already guess. But anyway, yeah, no, I just remember smoking other people's cigs, and then I guess someone had weed, because then when I got home from that party, I was like really just like, yeah, tripping hard. I was really crossed. Yeah, and depressed. Yeah, so whatever. So that was the first time I smoked weed. But then I didn't really smoke a lot after that, because I mean, people would come to our room to smoke on the balcony. Cigarettes. Those menthols. Chain smoking. Especially while drunk. Yeah, no, I only ever smoked cigarettes while I was drunk. At that time. And then, yeah. And then So then, yeah, I had to take time off from school. My parents were getting divorced, blah, blah, blah. I would smoke with my boyfriend's friends and drink every other day. It's just, it is what it is, you know what I mean? It is what it is when you're 19. And then, yeah, and then I became of age. And so, yeah, I was a binge drinker because I did not want to buy drinks at the bar. I didn't really go clubbing, I just went to bars. Yeah. But anyway, it was so funny because like when people would come visit, or like if I was hanging out with somebody who was straight, I'd be like, I only know where gay people go. But anyway, so yeah, and then yeah, no, I would binge drink, so I would pregame. Usually it was tequila or vodka, or depending on the mood and the situation, or rum, you know, it was just really a whole slew of things. And then like, I really got into wheat beer, and people always talk about buzz balls, and I was like, have you ever had 99 apples? Is that what it's called? 99 apples, which is basically 99 proof, right? A lot of those times when I was drinking really shitty liquor, it was not cold. Why did I don't know. And so, yeah, so that was my, you know, my MO. What does that even mean, my MO? Drink a bunch of shots, so I didn't have to pay anything at the bar. But then when you do that, back-to-back shots, especially if you haven't really eaten anything or hydrated, and you don't space them out, it's like recipe for disaster. So yes, I have been kicked out of establishments. Not for anything violent, but because I was passed out. Yeah, so anyway, I'm really good at flip cup. I was never good at beer pong, and I really liked playing King's Cup, which I think is funny because I think in that game, if it hits the floor, it's ×4, or am I thinking of just like when tarot readers, I don't know, if a card hits the floor, there's more emphasis on the card meaning, but in that game, because it's like there's different tasks for each card. Yeah, anyway. All that's to say, it's just a bunch of distractions, clearly, for me. You know, my grandma on my maternal side, who had an arranged marriage but then eloped with her true love, apparently, gave him an ultimatum. Like, you need to quit smoking cigarettes. And then he ended up dying anyway. So, but, what was I gonna say? There's all these like debates on what's fact and what's myth and all the other bullshit that people go back and forth about. And it's like, you have your reasons for things, and I have my trauma and wounds and reasons for things. Everybody's substance abuse is different, and it all stems from somewhere. But anyway, it's like, I don't even remember what the statistic is for the success rate for people who complete the AA program. I don't know. The whole thing that I liked about it was take what you want and leave the rest. Just like with my spirituality. And I remember being a kid in Catholic school, and one of my teachers was like, there are people out there called California cafeteria Catholics, where they pick and choose the things that resonate with them. And I was like, why is that a bad thing? Anyway. But yeah, this is not how I wanted this video to go, and it really never does go the way that I want it to. And I guess that's the whole point and the whole lesson of how life works. So yeah. I cut out alcohol because it's like, well, what's your drug of choice? I don't know. Everything. Even though I've only drank alcohol and consumed cannabis products and a really hefty line of coke. So, I don't really need to try other things, although I am curious, and so if you are going to do those things, please be responsible, have a trip sitter. I don't really remember all the rules for the culture because I'm trying to remove myself from those habits, because my life is way more fulfilling when I'm not engaging in those substances. And disease disease of addiction, you could be literally addicted to anything. You could be addicted to lots of things. I'm not going to go on through the list, but if I, maintain my sobriety to substances, it'll be a lot easier for me to, tackle all the other things that are unhealthy in my life. And it is unfortunate that there are people who die from overdose. It really is unfortunate. But there are lots of different ways that we can resolve this issue. And that is like my whole mission. But I guess this was supposed to be a celebration video, and it ended up being a venting session. So yeah, I'm gonna go enjoy my cupcakes and some dinner. I've never had a 1-year chip. That was my favorite thing to do, is hand out chips. I have a ton of 24-hour chips and a couple of 1-month chips. That's it. Yay, 1 year, no alcohol. Anyway. My whole thing is like, we need to address the problem. Do you know how many people in power are hooked on drugs? Anyway. Everybody's got their own journey, right? I think I'm just really tired and burnt out. But I'm going on a trip, so I guess that'll be my sobriety celebration. So, alrighty. I don't know. I always had have the intention of doing these things. It's some sort of thing to teach, like a lesson to provide, but I guess this was mostly for myself. Because a lot of the other videos that I've uploaded are just, ways for me to document my journey, to remind myself that I've survived a lot of bullshit. But for whatever reason, it's really hard for me to remember the celebratory things that I should be proud about because, yeah, it's just, the disease doing its thing. So, at least I'm aware. Okie dokie. Can't wait to have fun. Yay. Okay, thanks for listening.